used to work at the farm, and not on the farm, I worked in the farmhouse looking after a little boy, because I always wanted to be a children's nanny, because I had an aunt who had looked after children of a well-to-do family, and they used to go on holidays, and of course they took her with them. I thought that was a good idea.
Yes.
So I'd do the same. So I went as a nanny to this little boy when he was about 4, I suppose. And of course when he was 5 he had to go to school, and he had to have his tonsils out. I don't know whether they do that these days.
Not sure.
Not much.
No, not so much, no.
But it made him so ill. He died.
Oh.
7 years old. It was terrible. Broke my heart. If ever my heart was broken, that was. Looking after this little boy, like looking after your little lad all the time, and then he dies. It was really terrible. And what they said the outcome of it was, why, that when they operated on him, they twisted his guts.
Gosh, it's Sue these days.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It was a terrible
Tragic.
mistake. His dear little Gordon, I did love him, because he was so sweet. I mean, I knew him when he was 2. That's when I went to look after him, and I was with him. And when he started school, I used to take him to school, and if they wanted to go out overnight to be out late or anything, they'd ask me to stay to look after him and get him to bed and all that. I had a lot to do with him, and that was really shocking. And that's what they said it was. They'd twisted the operating table.
So sudden.
Hmm?
So sudden.
Tragedy, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't expect that, do you?
No.
When you go to hospital.
So what did you do after that? Were you a nanny to somebody else?
I stopped there because they opened this was at the farmhouse at Blackbird Hill, if you know Blackbird Hill, Kingsbury at all.
I do.
No, you do?
Yes, John used to take me up there to practice driving, and I used to stall on Blackbird Hill every time, and he said, "Don't worry about the people behind you." He was very good with me.
This farm was on the hill, halfway up, sort of thing, and it was a farmhouse, and when the British Empire exhibition opened at Wembley in 19, I don't know what, I've forgotten. We had so many customers, coachloads of people would come down from all over the country to go to this exhibition. And then the coach drivers used to come and park their coaches in the yard of the farm. I got to know a lot of coach drivers. Oh, I've got to know several. And then I tell you who else we used to have come to the cafe for a cup of tea. The men who test the Daimler cars. You see, the Daimler car company, they have these testers, and when the car is sort of being repaired or nearly repaired, they would send him out to test it, you see.
Yes.
And he used to, that was from Hendon, where the Daimler place was, and he used to drive it round to Kingsbury, where I was working, and take me home.
Oh.
In a Daimler.
Very
Wasn't
nice.
I lucky?
I know. It's a perk, isn't it?
So, I had a bit of fun. Wasn't all work.
No.
But it was long hours. I used to do from 8 in the morning till 8 at night.
It's a long time,
Then I
isn't it?
used to have to walk home, which was about a mile.
Yeah.
Every night. unless they wanted me to babysit, and then I would stop the night.
Oh, I see.
I don't know. Do you know the Blackbird Hill area at all?
No.
Kingsbury?
I don't know.
No, you don't.
No.
So, what stage did you get your first TV? You were going to say about your first TV. You said you remember getting your first TV.
Well, on this farmyard in the, no, it was quite a big farmyard where people could drive in, because we had these coach loads of people come from all over the country, and there was one lovely little shed place. I don't know what you'd call it quite, but and that was what do you call them, a cobbler who mends shoes. I had that little shed there for mending shoes, and just go over and have a look at his television. Nobody else had one. But also what was I going to say? Oh, he had a television. He got a television before anybody else I knew.
Yeah.
And so I used to go there and have a look at his television.
Was it amazing to see pictures on a screen? Was it incredible?
It was. Absolutely. Yeah.
How did you meet Stan?
Pardon?
How did you
meet Stan?
How did you meet Stan?
Well, the lady I worked for, she'd got a cousin. Well, where I lived on the Dollis Hill estate, at we used to call up the top. We'd go up Lancaster Road and up Aberdeen Road, and then there was a Parade shop, just one of everything like. And this gentleman who had the greengrocers was Stan's brother and wife.
I see.
So that's how I got to know Stan, through them.
Ah, okay.
They invited us round one evening on Sunday for tea or something, and that finished it. He asked me out, so we went out for a walk. You didn't go anywhere else then, you just went for walks. Eventually we did go to the pictures. Oh, it was really quite a different world to what we've got now, I think.
Oh, yes. Do you remember what you saw at the pictures?
No, not really.
No. They're funny, isn't it? Yeah, very different.
Probably Greta Garbo or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I know much about film stars.
And then your first car, would that have been Grandad? Was it Grandad who got the first car?
Yes.
Yeah. What was that? Do you remember?
The Dion Bouton. Don't you know that?
No, never heard of it.
I've seen
those in the museum. Oh dear. Grandma, you'll be displayed soon. You'll be displayed soon in a museum.
What was that?
Do you think you'll be displayed soon in a museum together with the old car?
You said, Dave, she can understand because I think you've got a deeper voice.
No, Charlotte was just saying soon. Perhaps you'll be in the museum with the car eventually.
It's just can't hear my voice. It's like, I think it's the female.
There with it first, wasn't
Yeah. It's true.
he? It was funny. We lived in Lancaster Road, and right opposite us in Lancaster Road, there was just two houses, and they'd got big gardens. And there was a few more right farther up the road. He used to park this car out there and think, oh gosh, I wonder who's got a car there. Never thought I'd ever know him. Because at the time he was working in London at Bravington's. Do you know Bravington's? The jewellers in London?
No, afraid
All
not.
the big jewellers in London.
Mm.
Bravington's, and that's where he worked.
Oh,
I never knew that.
no.
What?
That Stan worked at Bravington's.
Hmm?
Stan worked at Bravington's.
Yes, he did.
I really didn't know that.
When he was younger.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he did quite a few things, didn't he? He was a
Yeah.
fireman in the war. Wasn't he a fireman?
Was he fine? He was
No,
fine
that's
before
my
the war.
husband.
Oh, well, I thought we were talking about Stan. Who are we talking about?
I don't know.
Who worked at Bravington's?
It was a long time ago.
Who worked at Bravington's?
Well, I think it was Stan.
It was him, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, it's
Of course,
interesting.
You don't remember the war, do you?
I don't know. I wasn't anything.
And I
in the war.
don't
Didn't
either.
exist.
Every night, as soon as it got dusk and it got a bit darker, and then that noise would go.
Gosh, it must have been
And that
frightening.
meant take cover, quick, quick,
Yeah.
quick.
I mean, I've seen films and it sounds awful, you know, you hear this hooter going.
We used to sit under the stairs, you know, quite a lot of people did, but some people had air raid shelters put in the garden. But we didn't get that, but we used to sit under the stairs.
When the alarm went off?
Hmm?
When the alarm went off?
Yeah.
You said, for how long? You can't have stayed there all night.
Wait until the all clear went.
Which was when?
Well, you never knew.
Oh, I see.
Did you hear bums go off? Did you hear bums go off?
Yes, we did in the distance. Unfortunately, well, they aimed at the railway ran at the back of my mum's house, and they aimed at railways and
Yeah.
and Easton Station was ever so near.
Yeah.
And that was why I think we got quite a lot of bombs near us, because of places they want to bomb.
Yeah. Did they bomb anyone you knew? Anyone's houses?
No, fortunately. No, because then I'd got a cousin in the country, Great Messington, you know Great Messington?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And he phoned me up one day and he said, that was when I'd got children, he phoned me up and he said, Pete, he said, in his country bumpkin voice, Pete, he says, you bring those children down here. So the next day, packed up some goods and chattels and children, and hadn't got a car then.
Oh, how did you get there?
Went by train to Great Missington. Then he met me at the station with the pony and trap.
Oh, wow. Really? Excellent.
Oh, you haven't lived, have you?
No. That's so right.
Clip clop, all the way up from Great Missington Station to the Lee Common, they called it, up there. And you'd never believe how many of us went to that farmhouse to my cousin. Do you know Carola? I don't think you do you?
Carola.
Carola, no. She was my cousin's daughter who lived at the farm. And funny enough, she was here not long ago. Came to see me.
Oh, how nice.
What was I saying?
We just
Had
took
the pony and
yes.
trap up down to the station. And the pony and trap up there. Clip clop all the way up. It used to take about an hour to get from the station to the farm.
Oh.
And to go to the nearest shop was about a mile away. So you had a nice long walk to go and buy anything. No cars, we didn't. No.
Must have been quite nice though, really.
It was.
Yes. Nice to get away from the sirens as well.
Right, yeah.
Did you have all 3 children then?
No, I hadn't got them then.
Oh.
I think I'd got... Who's the eldest, Jeff?
Joan.
Joan. Anyway, we went to...
Probably Jeff as well.
We stayed at Church Farm, the Lee, Great Missington, with my cousin Bill, because he phoned me up and he said, Beat, he says, you bring those children down here. So the next day, Grandad took me down there with the children. And then my elder sister went with Joy. She'd only got the one. My youngest sister had already previously bought herself a caravan and put in their orchard, because she liked a caravan, and she put it in their orchard. So then my mum and dad came, and my mum's 2 sisters came.
Oh, right.
So we filled the house up.
Yes.
But I was able to be very useful because I could cook for everyone.
Wow.
And every night about 7 o'clock we all sat down round a big table and had a meal and used to sing.
Oh.
We didn't have television then.
No. That sounds really nice, actually.
Yeah. Well, it was all right. We couldn't do much about anything except do what you could do.
And,
Used to walk the children to school, which was about a mile.
wow, you've certainly done a lot of walking and a lot of cooking in your life, haven't you? How many big meals do you think you've cooked in your life?
Oh, heck. Got no idea.
Tens of thousands.
No, I wouldn't say tens of thousands. Don't think so.
Wow, I'm sure they add up.
I used
Amazing.
to cook there at the farm, but I used to get a bit of help. Somebody, Auntie Hilda or somebody would do vegetables for me. I did the cooking. Because fancy having all of us evacuated on you. That was Hilda. She had Joy while we were there.
Oh. Goodness, imagine that.
And
Did she have her at home?
Hmm?
Did she have the birth at home? Did she have Joy at home, or did she go into a hospital?
no, she went to a hospital,
did.
yes. A Great Missington.
Right.
And my mum and dad were there. They had their little bedroom, because they had a very big kitchen, much bigger than this old farmhouse. And there was a big dining room. And then you go out the door into another room opposite, which was the lounge. And off the lounge was another little room, which my mum had as a bedroom. Some of us slept on the landing, but they hadn't got room to put us all up. You'd never believe what a life it was.
No, sounds crowded, very crowded. Sounds very crowded.
Well, there was a lot of us yet.
Yeah.
There was my cousin and his wife, because he married Dorothy, who had been... There was a vicarage right opposite them. And she used to work at the vicarage. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say, but anyway, there was a lot of us.
There must have been a good sort
We
of
sat round the table every night.
spirit in the house. Was there a
About
good...
a dozen of us to cook for.
Was everyone pulling together?
Hmm?
A good spirit, everyone pulling together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Auntie Dorothy?
Yes.
It was. Yes, that's Carola's mother. I remember Auntie Dorothy.
Oh.
Yes. And she used to come up the stairs with a tray of your breakfast, didn't she? Didn't she used to come up the stairs and go beep, beep, beep?
Oh,
Do you remember that? You used to tell me.
yes.
Telling everybody you
That was my old aunt.
Oh, that was your old aunt, right.
Yes.
Oh.
When it was time to get up in the morning, she'd come up the stairs going, "Hip, hip, 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 hip." That was before I was married.
Oh, was it?
Yes, when my sister and I used to go on our own to the farm. A very old farmhouse with steep stairs. And she used to come up with our breakfast every morning, my old aunt, about 80, bring us two girls on breakfast. And just go, pip, pip. Oh, another sound coming. Pip, pip.
It's amazing you remember all that.
Yeah.
And you got me on talking about the old days.